There it goes. Welcome, guys, to Wired Wednesdays. We have Dave back. He was sick last week, so we had some audio issues. So I guess we got it resolved. So here we are.
Not really. Right now, I can hear myself talking in my ears, and they're blowing my eardrums out right now.
Yeah.
It's great.
Well, always something, right, guys? So we got a couple people here tonight. Let's go through it real quick. Kyle Rosa, what's up? Travelers Travels, what's going on? Burn. Crypto Craig, what's going on? Max Voltage. Andrew Masad. Mining King is in here. DJ Mines is in here. We got a bunch of people today. Automatic Beats. Did my hair for you today, Automatic Beats. Cody Johnson. Joker Miner, what's up, man? At Home Crypto Miner. Yeah, a couple people here. We been a long week. I know Dave's had a long week. You kind of want to share your experience with your fun little virus that you had.
Got sick, felt like crap. Haven't had a haircut in a couple of weeks. Back to work.
Yeah, that's the thing with COVID, man. It hits you bad for a while. You know, it's but hey, you feel a lot better though, so that's a good thing. And you're back on, so that's what's important. But Joker Miner, what's up, man? You get an FE at Best Buy today, 4090. Actually, yes, I did. But with the 4090, it's actually going to Terra. So, but I did get one. So, At Home Crypto Miner with the $50 super chat. Thank you for the tour of the facility. Wish you guys the best success. Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, I met At Home Crypto Miner. He went in to our facility and dropped off some Oct miners, and I showed him around a little bit about what we're doing there, and it was fun. It was fun. It's always good seeing people in the community and everything like that, and it was nice. So he lives on the other side of Florida, so he drove over, and we got him all out there, and all of his stuff is going to be heading over to Kansas. So I think that's going to be going out next week. I got to talk with Hawk, and we're going to schedule all that out. So, but see, I still got a little bit in my throat too, Dave. So you're not the only one. But yeah. Oh, Max didn't. So sad that you didn't get one. Yeah, I know. It's I saw it hit online, and I rushed for it. So, like I said, though, it's going straight to Terra. So good for Terra. But yeah, no, it was fun. I was up in Melbourne a couple of days ago. That's where At Home Crypto Miner came by, and we got this little robot in Melbourne, Dave. It's called an Amazon Astro. Have you ever heard of it?
I think so.
Yeah. Here, let me actually pull it up. I can show you guys what the screen looks like.
Place?
Huh?
Like maps out the place or something?
Yeah, your voice is really low, I think, Dave.
I can't help it. This is
Yeah.
all.
Yeah, I think it's what the Go XLR thing. It just goes. All right, so I'm not going to move it around and stuff, guys, but you can kind of. This is like a live view of it. If that makes okay, that's a lot of reflections there. There it goes. But yeah, it's pretty cool. You can set like waypoints and stuff like that with it, and you know, for instance, like if you have one rig on one side of the facility, you can click, you know, waypoint, and it knows where it is. It goes over to it, lifts its camera, and shows you whatever you want. So let's see. Oh, I didn't have the chat going. You know what? I could put the chat on here. I always forget that. It's easier to see it on here.
It's really cool when you just use StreamYard.
Yeah.
You just
You can see the chat right there. Yeah. Mike got one also for Terra, so I think a couple of us got one, but yeah, we've been sourcing more 4090s for Terra, and kind of growing out that side of it, which is nice. So let's see what. Oh yeah, Mike put one up here. Posted a screenshot on X on the Terra page. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's a nice little robot. It's when we first got Melbourne, it was that was always like something I brought up, right? I always told the other guys, I'm like, oh, we'll just get a robot. They're like, what are you talking about? I'm like, we'll just get a robot. And they thought I was just crazy, you know. And then when they said where we're gonna get a robot, I'm like, well, we'll just build one. You know what I mean? We build mining rigs, we can build a robot. And I did robotics in high school and stuff because I was super cool. And Figured we could just make one there. Never did, but now we have one in there, so it's fun. So it's nice having it there. You know, you can't do specific things. You know, like you can't trip a breaker on or off. You can't. You know, we were throwing the idea around with like a stick on it where you could like go and hit a power supply. It's not like it's not that accurate, right? So like you wouldn't want it near electrical stuff. But it was it's nice because you can see like the PDUs and the power pole, and you can also hear audio, which is a big thing. You know, if there's different sounds going on or things like that. And I still have to learn it. You know, last time I was up there, I didn't have much time to do it, but yeah, so it's that's what we did. And I think me and Mike are going to be up in Melbourne Sunday again, and setting up more 4090 stuff. You know, it's kind of what we've been doing. So but yeah, no, I know Dave feels a lot better now, which is good, but
Yeah,
I think a lot of the family's sick, which kind of sucks, but that's how COVID usually goes.
everyone's got.
Yeah, but these markets have been crazy. I'm sure none of you guys have noticed the crypto markets here. I wanted to show you guys this one website that my buddy always shows me. It's kind of like a fun one. There it is. Has anyone been to? It's aggr.trade. I'm going to spare you guys the audio. I already turned it off. So, what's that, Mike? Oh, Mike. Yeah, no, he's just saying your audio's messed up. Yeah, what was it? The Go XLR app or something is kind of.
What's that noise in the background?
Noise? What, like music?
Yeah, like beep.
I don't know. Oh, is that from this website? No, I have it muted. Can you guys hear people?
Is it beep going like beep, 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 like ding? You hear that?
Oh, there's that. Yeah, that is this website.
What?
I didn't know you guys could hear it. Okay, I don't know how to.
Am I going crazy? I know my mic's messed up. But I mean,
Here we go. Is it better now, guys? Because
that's great.
okay. So what this website does basically is it records every large trade, right? And it sounds like anytime there's a trade, there's like a lot of sound. Right. And it's fun to watch the website when there's like a lot of volume because it is like a slot machine, you know what I mean? But it's every big buy and sell, and it's kind of fun watching it, especially as like the candles go. But it's interesting. DJ Mines, that's the bid ask. No, this is just like the volume of one, you know, any large trades, right? Like these are like whale trades or something. But it's kind of interesting to watch, you know, as it goes. So I know some of the other charts are just kind of boring, you know what I mean? But Mike says he's gonna come help fix your Go XLR.
The Go XLR is just it gets deprogrammed. It loses all the settings. So, and right now I'm probably a little bit louder right now. I'm trying to do the settings right now as we're doing it, but it's
Andrew Masad. This is called it's AGGR .trade. Here, I'll put it in here. Yeah, I texted my buddy right before the thing. I was like, "What website is that?" Because he always would show this one. It's like I said, it's a lot of fun watching when there's like a lot of volume and Bitcoin's going crazy. It's been kind of slow, you know, during the bear market and stuff, but it's fun to keep this up. Yeah, they're saying your mic is louder now. That's good.
It's louder?
Yeah, it sounds better.
You can hear me fine? You guys can hear me fine?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Good. But yeah, guys, check out this website. It's fun. It's fun to keep up in the corner. And like I said, if you could bear the music, and you can also set like thresholds, right, where it's like only trades above $1 million, so it's not like bing, 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 bing constantly. I think this one's set over 100K or something. No, there's some 50K trades in there. But it shows what platform too, which is kind of cool. You know, what exchanges and everything like that. So it's just been crazy, this whole rally. You know what I mean? Like I didn't expect it hitting an old all-time high or the all-time high for Bitcoin before a halving, which has that happened before? I don't know. Yep. I'm not gonna, I'll leave the chart up there, but Um, interesting times. Interesting times. All the altcoins too are getting a lot of love. I'm a big fanboy of Flux. Everyone knows that. But that's been jumping up. Aletheum has been jumping up. Caspa has been doing really well. Not a big fan of Caspa, but I mean, hey, the altcoin season is here, right? It's exciting. It's you don't get many pumps like this during a bear market, right? You're just kind of like surviving. It's like slowly going down, and you're just surviving. Over the course of what 2 years, 3 years.
Did you see about the new Casper Miner limited edition
with the green one?
Yeah. $349 directly from Ice River.
Yeah, it's not too bad, I guess.
I mean,
like I said,
you get your return on that.
It makes it. I don't know. You know what I mean? It's I like the idea of the cast, but like the KSOs and stuff, because it's like you can have it in your home. It's not really loud, and it gets suspiciously hot, but 65 watts is like doable, right? That's why I like those little
suspiciously hot. I mean,
suspiciously hot.
I mean, people are overclocking them. People are doing some crazy stuff. Was it Fruition Design or something like that? I don't know. That used to be Fruit something, right? Now the Fruition Design or something like that. They made a whole encapsulated piece with fans for this KS0, the KS0 Pros. So you can overclock them and get, I don't know, another quarter more hash rate. I think people are up to like maybe a third more or something like that. Yeah. But at the end of the day, like I've opened a couple of them up already, right? So the second one I did another 6-pin, but I was able to reverse the 6-pin that any PCIe connector can actually be plugged into it now. So that's pretty cool. So you don't need a special pin, a special cable made by the veteran miner. You know what I'm saying? Like you can just say, hey, you don't want one of my cables, no big deal. Go plug it into some other cable, whatever. It doesn't matter. PCIe standard. So that's pretty cool. But I don't know. At the end of the day, I think they're really cool looking itself. But
I mean, they do generate income, right? Which is nice because a lot of the other ones, but like the Bitcoin miners, right? Like the small ones that are a couple hundred watts. I mean, those are kind of like, or the thumb drive ones or whatever. Those are just like lottery tickets, right? Like, one in billions. But the Caspa one, you actually get something. It's like a small something, but it's something, which is nice. So it's interesting. I would like to see, other coins, like, if the Aletheum one comes out, maybe have, a small little one like that, like a KSO equivalent. Or, I know Bitcoin's too high, maybe a script one. I don't know. But we got a $9.99 super chat. Thanks again for the help, Dave, from Andrew Masad.
Oh yeah, no problem, brother. Yeah, I've been doing like little projects here and there for like customers and stuff like that. So I guess yeah, he got a pretty cool package. He wanted something special. So what I made him was 7 6-pin connectors, right? Just regular PCI connectors, but he needed them 6 inches in length. So that's a great part about my business. I'm able to do 4 inches, 2 inches, 3 inches. Doesn't matter, right?
Yeah.
He needed specific lengths, and he was like, I can't get these anywhere. He's like, Dave, can you make these for me? And I was like, absolutely. I was like, what do you need? You sure it's like 6 inches? He's like, yeah, if you can make it at 6 inches, that would be perfect. So yeah, I made him today and sent them out today. So he was really, really, that's all he needed was 6 inches, bro.
You saying it.
It's just like, no, it's just like 6 inches is
perfect. Yeah, that's all he needed. It's just, but Dave can make custom cables any length.
But preferably 2.5 feet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. Brian Hollywood with the $5 super chat. Veteran miners always the hump day hero. Yes, he is. Brian Hollywood. Thank you.
Brian Hollywood. Thank you. Good sir. But yeah, whatever. And then I did another short today. A customer made a mistake in ordering the KS0 cables, right? So I was like, listen, the customer is located in California, and it's a long, it's at least 5 or 6 days for transit. I was like, you have two options. I mean, you can send it back when you get them because he's supposed to be receiving them by the end of the week, or I can make adapters, and it's in the short. So I made adapters to him and charged him, didn't charge him much or whatever, but it was just like to accommodate him so he could keep on get up and running and use the cables for his KS0 Pros.
Yeah.
So, by me making an adapter, it doesn't do anything to the cable because it's 16 gauge. And what if you're not overclocking, because I don't advocate, I'm not an advocate for overclocking on these units with my cables because we don't know what can happen. It's the only reason why, I can't warranty them with overclocks. But make a long story short, I was able to send these adapters out to the customer, and now he has two different ways of using these cables in the future anyway. Instead of just returning them and just getting the one single cable, now he has like a dual purpose cable. So that's what I've been working on, odds and ends. And like I said, I just finished doing another KS0 Pro. I have a video coming out soon, I hope, if I can edit it, because I was really, really sick, repairing a 666 pin on a board, on a ASIC miner board. The 666 pin was melted. Actually, one of the pins was melted so bad that there was no plastic left on it.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool. These are the things I've been working on and doing afterwards. So.
Looks like Hawk is saying a lot of chats. That's how I know it's something important. Missed super chat from Andrew. No, Mike, I mentioned that one. But how do I make Mike a moderator on the channel? Because he's on top of it. But it's hard. I don't even know which one to look at here. There we go. Oh, he is a moderator. Okay. See, you know what, Mike? You're a moderator there. You got to catch the things that I drop. You know what I mean? But it's I feel like this past week has been a lot, but like in the crypto markets, it's been crazy, which must be crazy for you, Dave, because I feel like you were out for so long and then you wake up and it's like, what happened?
That's exactly what happened, right? Because a lot of things have changed in a week.
Yeah.
A lot of things in the last week or so. A lot of things have changed. Market's going up. Everything's BTC. Everything, dude. Just in general. Look how much is Flux right now?
I think it's over $1. Yeah.
It's over $1 right now, right?
Yeah.
When everything's Flux has been staying stagnant at like 30 something cents or 40 something cents for how long now?
Yeah, a while. I mean, for a year almost, right? Yeah.
Right.
It's
but it's not just Flux, it's everybody else too. All these little other coins. Coins that people may not be interested in, or whatever the case may be, that you don't think it's going anywhere, but it's just like, is this the start of a bull run?
I don't know. What do you think, Dave?
I don't know.
What's your 2 cents on it?
My 2 cents, I think BTC. Let's talk about BTC. Let's get back to BTC, right? Because that's the mother of everything. That's how the world goes around in crypto, my understanding anyway. But 100K by the end of this year. That's what I'm really thinking. Even though we have like 40 days for the halving, right?
Yeah.
40 days ish.
Yeah, I think it's 50. It says I think April 20th. So
regardless,
41 days.
Yeah, 40 something days for the halving, and then basically profitability is jumps in half, turns in half, but that's with BTC staying at its current price, right? But I don't think it's going to go there. I think we're at 100K at the end of this year, man.
Yeah, I think before that, honestly, I know that's like really bullish, but it's yeah, I think it's going to be
just the way it looks, just the way everything looks, just the way the markers look, just the way everything is going. That's all.
Well, there's so much buy pressure, right? And then you have tons of sell pressure because a large part of mining is sold, right? Some people mine and they hold, but a lot of these mega farms do sell to cover their OPEX and everything like that, and their future CapEx to build out. And, after a halving, all of a sudden you have just less supply, right? And that causes chaos, but it's also less coins that are going on the market because there's a finite amount of Bitcoin, right? So it's, just less that's available for sale. In the beginning, that's why I think it's super volatile, the months right before and the months right after, because that's when businesses and miners don't really know what to do, like these large scale miners. So there's just a lot of volatility that the markets won't make sense, right? That's why I always kind of prepare for this. And in 2020, I kind of prepared for it too, where it was like, I know it's going to go crazy. And, I just chill out for a little bit, basically. Like I let, months go by. But, now with the halving and the block rewards getting cut in half, there's not going to be a whole lot of sell pressure. And I think there's a lot of buy pressure, especially with the ETFs that are going around now getting approved. And I think it's more accessible. It's easier to get Bitcoin now. And I think people are more comfortable with it. People are starting to see it more as a store of value. I mean, they have for years, but it's just becoming a lot more easy to obtain. People are becoming comfortable with Coinbase and Kraken and like online exchanges. Like before, they didn't really trust them as much, So I think it's just gonna. I don't want to say go parabolic, but it's gonna. I think 100K is easy by July or August, way before the new year. If not a little bit higher than that.
Oh shit! Huh?
Yeah. So it's
Wow.
That's my 2 cents though. Let's see. Oh, Retro Mike with the $5 super chat. Why are Wednesdays Terror Hash Tuesday? Thanks, Retro Mike. Wait, now that Retro Mike is here, let's talk. Let's switch conversations to Vast.ai.
Yes, Vast AI. Love Vast AI.
But no, thanks again, Retro Mike. I appreciate it. Ted, the large farms are direct selling to the ETFs. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. They call it like Virgin Bitcoin. Never hits exchanges or anything like that. It's interesting. Like I always try to look at supply and demand. Like look at things logically, right? Like I don't put a whole lot of emotion. I'm like, this coin's gonna 5x. You know what I mean? Like I'm never that guy. I'm really like kind of concerned. Like I'm happy with the 10% jump, 20% jump, that kind of stuff. I'm not super aggressive with trading and all that stuff, but I don't see a way with Bitcoin how it doesn't keep going up. You know what I mean? It's a finite amount. There's not, it's affected by inflation and everything, but like I said, there's a finite amount of it, and that's really what makes it so valuable, right? You can't mine for more gold or anything like that. And yeah, miners are still going for it, but then they have these halvings every 4 years. And I know I'm ranting, but really it's just I see that there's going to be a collapse of sell pressure for Bitcoin. And then even if the buy pressure remains the same or even goes down a little bit, it still will drive that price up, right? And then people are going to take profits every level, right? You know what I mean? So I don't know. It'll be really interesting.
I don't think people are going to take profits that soon, just because of what they saw, what it went up, what it was able to go up to before. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but I mean, when it does go, I think when it's really at a certain peak that everybody's like super duper happy about it. Yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of selling too.
Yeah.
To go back down and then to come back up again. Honestly.
Yeah. Yeah, Mike just said, or Hot Crypto said, 18% is parabolic for Bitcoin. It is. I agree, because it's like so much money now. But historically, it's really not. You'd have 50% days where it would swing. It would be crazy. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I like that it's getting a little more stable, but it has been just like a direct rocket up the last couple of weeks here. It's been crazy. Mr. Hot Crypto Mining with the $10 super chat. Ovalboard Tech over Retro Mike for GPU advice. All right, Mike. I like them both equally. But yeah, just crazy. Oh, I'm trying to get caught up on some here. Hobbyist Miner, what's up, man? Evening, gentlemen. Either of you sell anything today? No. Or are you talking about like products, or are you talking about like cryptos? Crypto, no. I've actually been holding crypto. I have, I have some Flux, a little bit of Bitcoin and stuff like that. Sold all my lithium over a year ago, so I'm a little sour about that. But no, not really buying or selling anything, really. Kind of just staying the course. I kind of want to see where it is. Like I said, it's you have to talk and look at the chat at the same time. Okay, I'll just stare into the mic. That's what you do, Mike, right? Like, okay. Buying and I don't know. Like the months prior and the months afterwards, I kind of just chill. Like I don't really move. I don't try to time the markets ever. It's just the markets will remain irrational longer than you can remain solvent. You know what I mean? Like it's it's hard to do it, right? Like if people could time the markets, they would. The hedge funds, there's no hedge funds that actually time the market better than the S&P. So crypto markets are unregulated, so it's even more chaos, right? So I kind of just relax. I don't buy or sell anything.
I don't sell nothing. I don't sell any of my crypto
Yeah.
at all since day one. I don't sell anything.
Yeah, I mean this market and this bull run, I might sell. Like if it keeps going up like this, like crazy, it's good to kind of DCA out a little bit, but I would never just completely sell everything. You know, at this point, it's because I'm also in the kind of boat where, you know, if I'm going to sell something, I kind of want to buy something, right? Because you know everyone knows I'm a tax, you know, kind of tax conscious about things, and it's like if you're going to take a lot of gain on something, then in my head, I want to spend it, or else it's just going to Uncle Sam, you know, and he's just going to waste it on things. So, but let's see. Mike, you talk in the chat just like you text. It's like bullet points. Like you can't just put it together. Let's see. Here we go. Well, are you trying it out? How are you all doing, first time watcher? Well, thank you. Are you trying it out? I appreciate you watching.
Nice.
We're doing well. Just enjoying Wednesday night, kind of just talking about the markets. We had a couple things lined up to talk about, but this is what's kind of exciting, right? It's like me and Dave have been talking about it all day today and yesterday since he's gotten better. So it's just been a wild ride, and it's super exciting to see, right? Like it's nuts. Mr. Max Voltage, do you have to go pick up the 4090 FEs, or are they being shipped? We have to go pick them up. I noticed that with Best Buy. Maybe I'm wrong, but whenever we got 4090s, I would always have to go pick them up. The only times I had FEs that were shipped were straight from NVIDIA. But yeah. You have to talk and look at the chat at the same time. Mike, you know what? I'm not like a professional YouTuber or streamer. You know what I mean? Like I get it, but I think people kind of get the idea. But yeah, I'll try to keep up with all this. Timing the market. Yeah, Hash Rico, 100%. It's you know, you could try to buy this coin and have it go to this price and then switch it to there, but eventually you'll kind of be burned. It's whether you believe in the whole thing, right? And that's why, you know, I am kind of a fan of ETFs in a sense, because it's like a group. You know what I mean? You can find like a tech ETF or a healthcare ETF, and you can. That's how I would time markets, right? It's like, you know, people always buy Home Depot. You know what I mean? During hurricane season and stuff like that, and then sell it afterwards and everything. But those are like direct, you know, companies. But buying ETFs are like, you know, a group. That's what I do personally, except for NVIDIA. I did do that, but I don't think any other companies in NVIDIA's league. So they are the ETF at this point for AI. So
yeah, NVIDIA's up.
Crazy. Yeah. Let's see. He sold a lithium. Mike must have had a cup of coffee recently. He hates crypto. No, I don't hate crypto, Mike. But I did sell lithium, so I'm kind of sour about that. But I will talk about a lithium because the reason why I looked at it a while back, and I know I say this often, is I liked it because the developers were involved with it. I went through their white paper. I'm not an engineer to like that extent, but I understood it, right? Like, here's the problem. Here's how we're going to fix it. And they were really active on Discord. You know, the people were available. And it's the same reason I like Flux. It's the same exact thing. It's because the group are the people behind the project, right? It's that's really what I believe in. And that's what you kind of find out with business as well. It's not just, you know, it's like a group of people that you're kind of betting on. You know what I mean? And we all know the Flux team.
Well, that's like right? Anything. That's like any coin.
Exactly.
Flux team, and we know them personally or whatever the case may be. It's the same thing, right?
Yeah.
You know, no one can guarantee you anything. It's just you need to believe in a project, and you need to have enough people to believe in a project, and it needs to go somewhere for everyone to have some profits at the end of the day.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly. So it's like it's a use case, and like I said, I'm very conservative when it comes to investing and stuff like that. So that's why I made a video on it, and I mined it before Ethereum merged, before the ETH merge, is because it was active. It looked like a good group, and I did sell it. But like I said, I'm conservative. I like with this stuff, I didn't, of course, know it was going to go up. I had I don't know, close to 9,000. I think I mined in 3 days. So what's that worth? 30, 40K or something like that now, maybe 30. So it's I think a lot of people have stories like that, right? But I mean, that's a lesson to myself, right? I should have probably held that, because what I sold it for, I didn't really need it, right? I kind of just had it, and it got stuck in Simple Swap for 3 months. But hey, who's counting, But yeah, no, it is hard to like all the cryptos. You know what I mean? You got to look at, in my opinion, use cases. And I know that a lot of people are into Caspa and stuff like that, but I feel 95% of it, or 99%, is because there's money that's flowing from it, right? So I don't know. Yeah, Caspa. I understand Caspa. I get it. It's faster blocks, faster chains. It's instant. All this stuff. But again, I just don't see use case. That's how I analyze businesses. Use case and the team behind it and everything. Does it make sense, or is it a better mousetrap? You know what I mean? If it's a better mousetrap, then okay, some of those do well, but some of them don't. So let me try to catch up in the chat here. Let's see.
Chat's going wild.
Retro Mike Tech. I have concerns with Alf's multi-chain implementation. KDA attempted a similar thing, and it turned into a nightmare for them and for anyone wanting to run nodes. Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest, Retro Mike, I haven't really been following them in the past, since I made the video, really. So I'm not really sure what they're doing, but I know that they have an active dev team and stuff like that. And do they do the same voting thing? Do they still have votes that go out, or is it kind of just ran in-house by their team, kind of deciding what to do? Mining Kiing, what's this crypto monopoly money? Magic China boxes printing money. Yeah, that's how I see a lot of. I mean, Bitcoin, Litecoin, those aren't really. I see great use case, right? It's not a company, but it's great use case. But some of these other ones, man, I don't know. I wish everyone the best. I really do. I don't know.
Time will tell. That's it.
But the good thing is, right, is you haven't, with Caspa, I know their machines are they're expensive. And I'm glad Bitmain got into it, at least some reputable company, other than Firebox or Wind Rivers and all these different things. But the KSO is nice because you can still be involved, right? And if you eat it and you eat shit on it, at least it's only $400.
Well, now
get some of that back.
They were going for $1,000-something in the beginning.
Oh, okay, yeah. I don't know.
My understanding, they were going for $1,000-something for the KS0. Or $800-something for the KS0. That's the Pro that came out. That's giving you double.
Yeah.
And now the Pros, because of the profitability, $300-something now.
Yeah, I mean?
So it's it's just so crazy. What they'll sell these units for and what people will buy them for.
Yeah. I mean, they make a lot every day, and like I said, hopefully people, get their money out of it. And the thing is with ASICs like that is you kind of got to jump on it. You know what I mean? You can't sit there and make an Excel spreadsheet and be like, you know what? I think in 3 months I'm going to buy this machine.
Oh, you can't. Not with the ASIC miner.
Yeah, no, exactly. So it's kind of if you're going to do it, you got to jump in, right? But I don't know. Like I said, I've seen a lot of people make a ton of money with it. I really have. I know people with the KS3Ms and stuff that already paid it off. That's great, but it's.
I think TJ Mines had a KS2 or one of those, right? And it was paid off because he got it early, though. He was the one that took the chance, though, in the beginning.
Yeah,
that's the difference, though. So it's I guess you would say high risk, high reward. That's really what it amounts to.
100%, yeah.
I think that's right? Yes. TJ Mines KS3 was 100% paid off, right?
Yeah.
3 to 4 months, but that was in the beginning. What would those things do now, dude? You know what I mean?
Yeah, because there's been a lot of ASICs that kind of ate it.
Yeah.
like the D9, the Dash ones. I know a lot of people lost on those and everything, but ESS-XU60. Let's see some 599 R8s. Yeah, I know I had them at 599 for a while, but they're back at 699. So GPURisers is not doing a reorder for the R8s, so we only have like a limited amount, and Terra uses them for like rentals and stuff like that. So some are allocated to Terra every month, and things like that. And because of the whole situation with Octominer, they kind of disappeared. We kind of we kind of have the position where we have to keep like 20 of these things to use for spare parts, right? Because we're still going to warranty these things. We're not going to like sell all of them and then just be like, good luck, guys. You know what I mean? Like, so we're going to keep like a bunch of these for replacement parts and things like that. So DJ Mines, y'all see that YouTuber up 8 million on his Bitcoin trade? No, but I am not surprised with this kind of volatility. If people are playing, options games and stuff like that, and especially with the crazy margin that people can take out, the leverage that they can do on this is crazy.
Insane.
Mining Kiing, GPURisers, veteran miner. Any new business development or products? Not from last week. Kind of the same thing. I think, at least for the GPU, I'll let Dave talk because he can make custom everything, which is sick. But on the GPURisers side, it's we were thinking of maybe doing the ribbon cables, but I don't know. I don't really want to release a product or put the time and everything and dealing with this and getting samples and adding this, taking that away, if it's not really going to be useful, right? Like, I'm not going to just list a product on the website just to sell the product. You know what I mean? Like we kind of did with like the SSDs. Like, we got into the SSDs because it was like a horizontal, switch over. It was a lot like some of our other products, and we knew people use them to replace Octominer stuff, and they were cheap. But we don't want to just release a product that like you could just go get on Amazon right now. You know what I mean? And just like build a better mousetrap type thing. Right. But there is some stuff in the AI field that we might jump into. But anything with AI is a lot of money. So that's something to think about. But my focus primarily has been maintaining GPURisers, maintaining the products that we currently have. And of course, Terra, Terra Hosting, Terra Industry, the compute side, everything. It's just been a lot. So just juggling all that. What about you, Dave?
Well, basically, short answer, no, not right now. But the long answer, yeah. I mean, I'm always trying to develop something that's useful, for the community. I'm veering off into, you would say, I'm trying to get into the gaming industry as well, with because the cables that I'm able to make, right? I also sat down with an engineer today that maybe some really, really cool stuff is going to be able to happen in the future when it comes to product development, meaning that you may see a full-blown, board that's going to plug into, a server PSU or something like that, that's going to be made here in America. So that was a big discussion today. That I had with an engineer, a local engineer, for product development. Don't know where I'm going to go with it, but all I'm saying is that that's a possibility. But been working on it. I guess everybody knows I'm still working on that special 12 pin for these 40 series cards, and then also the 30 series cards, because it requires more machinery, more tooling. So I don't know how much of a need it's going to be right now for like the mining community or like the gaming community of having like a cable that's made in the United States. I have looked at other cables already, and I see a lot of flaws that I personally wouldn't want the cable personally for my GPU, but that's what's available, that's out there right now. It just costs a lot of money for product development for the next level. But these are a couple of things that I've been working on, as well as, of course, ASIC repair. I mean, you guys are seeing more, a a couple of videos here and there that I'm actually repairing KS0s or repairing some motherboards and stuff like that. So no motherboards, hash boards, stuff like that. So I'm just I'm dabbling in quite a few things, but my main focus is making sure that I'm providing, the cables for the crypto community and everything else, and keeping, TVM afloat, So, but that's about it. That's what's been going on. Making cables, can do any type of custom cable for the most part that makes sense, right? And just keep them going.
Yeah.
That's funny, Mining Kiing, Ice River Repair LLC. Yeah, the thing is, it's like if I could get my hands on diagrams, anybody out there, if they're able to find something that was leaked or released about the KS0 Pros or KS0s or any diagrams on these units or how they're made, I can reverse engineer. I could have my engineer reverse engineer this stuff, honestly. So, and understand how they work, because I have another potential customer that he may be sending the KS0 Pro to me. This is big thing, right? That's all you hear right now. The Caspa, KS0 Pros, KS0 Pros. That's what you really hear right now, right? In talk. So that's the only reason why I'm talking about it. It's just like it doesn't even turn on. He overclocked it and basically left it, went back to it. It doesn't turn on anymore.
Yeah.
So it's like I try to help him out and try to look at it and everything else, and it doesn't seem visually, like over the phone, like if there's anything wrong with it. So he sends it to me. I can try to see if I can fix it. I have a couple of tricks up my sleeve to try to see if any voltages, it's missing voltage, something like that. But like, that's the whole thing. Like, there's no one's trained to fix any of these things.
Yeah, it's
it's
like you said, higher risk, higher reward, I guess. With it,
right? It's like you pay $350 now, or if people paid $800 for the things, and if they go take a crap on you, it's paperweight.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but I want to get into the repair too. It's just that everything has to be right for me to do things. That's all. I take a lot of time when it comes to venturing out and doing different types of projects. So
yeah,
that's about it though. Really, I mean, it's good.
Well, Mining Kiing, thank you for the super chat. I know I clicked the first one and then I saw you super chat. I appreciate that, man. DJ Mines, he did 17x leverage. See, now this is pod racing, right? That's like crazy. But I see a lot of people do that, right? The reality is with it though, is you see a lot of these people on YouTube making money, right? Like, and they want you to use their codes and everything like that. But when you make money on a leverage like that, there's probably, especially, I'm guessing it was a long, you know what I mean? Because Bitcoin's been going up, so he's probably doing a long on it, a call. And with 17 times leverage. But a lot of these trades, not all of them, but a lot of them, I mean, someone else's or groups of people are losing on the other end. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, but you don't really see that. You don't really see people posting on Twitter or X or YouTube, like, look at my position that I just had. I've lost millions. You know what I mean? So you only see the other stuff, and it kind of drags more people in, right? But hey, I mean, that's sick, right? Like, making it on that deal, you only have to like hit one of those, right? It's crazy. If GPU mining comes back, GPURisers will do extremely well in 2025. Thanks, DJ Mines. I appreciate that. Yeah. GPURisers is my little baby. You know what I mean? Got the orange box over there now next to my mushroom. And it's not going anywhere. Because a lot of people ask me that. They're like, are you closing up shop? And it's like, no. Like, I don't care if I don't have a sale for a month or 2 months. You know what I mean? Like, we're not going anywhere. Of course, you have to reduce overhead. If you've been following the show and everything like that, I don't have the warehouse anymore. So there's not like it's not like a commercial facility. You know what I mean? UPS coming every day and picking up and all that kind of stuff. But I'll scale it as the business scales, right? Like if it has that demand, then it'll go right back to it. But if it doesn't, then I'm going to cut overhead to make sure. We're moving along. But yeah, no, GPURisers will never go anywhere. I promise that. But let's see. Dave is a chatty Cathy tonight. Yeah, Mike, Dave just got over COVID, man. You remember COVID. I think, Mike, you were in the hospital with COVID, right?
Well,
It's
apparently he
brutal.
said he got 3 times, so
Yeah,
I guess he knows what it feels like.
I got it once for sure. All the other times felt like it though. Mining King again with the $10 super. I owe you a couple venti iced white mochas with blonde shots and no whipped cream, King. Ice River repair services KS1, KS2, KS3. Yeah. But yeah. Oh, here we go. Let's see. I was talking with suppliers because of Ice River failure rates. People have basically stopped buying and are going to Bitmain. GPURiser sale has been rumored to drop off. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised at all. I mean, buying the Ice Rivers it was risky, right? I mean, people made a bet on it. And again, I wouldn't make that bet, but I'm not like, I'm not going to say that was stupid. You know what I mean? But it was foreseeable, right? Like this company comes out of nowhere. Its firmware looks suspiciously like Bitmain's, but it's not Bitmain's. And these machines are, like I said, it's a company that came out of nowhere. And these machines, although they look like just sheet metal boxes, I mean, a lot goes into these to build these things. A lot
That's
of
what I'm
R&D.
trying to understand. So this company, right, Ice River, they're able to manufacture their own chips. Like, has anybody actually looked at the 2 different chips? Are they the same chips or not?
I don't know.
That's what I would like to know.
It,
like engineering, like on the boards itself.
Yeah.
Are they the same chips or are they different chips?
I don't know. It's
like
I have no
chips,
idea.
basically, like that does the programming. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because if they're like the same chips, that means that you have a manufacturer that's making these chips for Bitmain, or does Bitmain make their own chips? Right. So like nobody knows any of that shit. The only thing that anybody knows is that Bitmain makes ASIC miners, that they are proven and they work, right? They made a name for themselves, but who makes them? You know what I mean?
Yeah. And a big question mark in the air, right, is these all come from China, right? And we all understand, China. But like, why didn't Bitmain come out with these first? And there's a reason why Ice River had it, right? So maybe they got the chip sooner and they just put it together as quickly as possible. And that's why they're having horrible failure rates. You know what I mean? Because it was like a race to get them out because Bitmain is like this bear in the background that's going to come in. But I personally wouldn't buy an ASIC that is especially that price if it wasn't Bitmain. Because although Bitmain, I mean, they've had bad machines too, but it is the standard in ASICs. And that you can get it repaired. And you can get replacement parts and all this kind of stuff. So,
I'm just weird. I'm just curious to this date, was anybody able to was anybody able to get a ASIC miner repaired, an Ice River miner repaired? I'm just curious to this date because I hear that basically no one gets any help. They're screwed when they have the Ice River. I wonder if anybody has an Ice River that was repaired.
Yeah.
Directly from Ice River.
Let's see. Bread Pit. I got flushed a 50x leverage today. 5K just gone. I'm sorry, man. It's right. Like I said, it's the way she goes sometimes. You know what I mean? Like but it's hard when you see other people like the 17x leverage guy making millions on this stuff. It's people that gamble like that over time will probably, they don't just walk away, right? But it's at least it was, I know 5K is a ton of money, but on a 50x leverage trade, you know what I mean? Hopefully it wasn't on margin or anything like that, but just be careful, man. It's there's gonna be a lot of that, here soon with the bull run and everything. There's gonna be new things that pop out, new companies, exchanges that are gonna offer you all this kind of stuff. And my opinion, it's best to avoid it, right? Like I said, markets will remain irrational longer than most people can remain solvent. So, let's see. Retro Mike, we need GPURisers to scale into the FPGA scene. I never got into FPGAs, but they always interested me. But I never got into them. It was, I don't want to say too confusing for me at the time. There wasn't. It was also all during Ethereum mining, right? Where like my main focus was just scaling my ETH farm. But I did see a lot of the FPGA scene. You have to buy these bit streams and they're, private and all that. I don't know. I'm not an expert on it, but I would do it. I always liked that it was it was just more simple, right? Like I like consolidation. Like I got to the point where I had like 200 GPUs, and it was just too much to manage with life and GPURisers and Terra and everything like that. So I scaled down. But FPGAs are, maybe I'll look back into them because we've had some clients at Terra bring some in there, which are interesting. But let's see here. I'm just trying to catch up. Crypto Frank, what's up, man? GPURisers. I would say Bitmain created a company to get rid of their badly engineered ASICs and was able to sell them under another and make themselves look better as Bitmain. I agree. I'm all for the tinfoil hat stuff. Like I wouldn't be surprised. You know what I mean? Because I also think Bitmain's powerful enough over in China just to be like, no, you're not going to do that. You know what I mean? So why not have another company that's made, and maybe even just kind of like an alpha release, right? Like if it went bad and like these things were just having tons of issues like they are, just put it on a company that is just can rise and fall and not affect Bitmain, or in this circumstance make Bitmain look better, right? Like I know at Terra we always tell people like just spend the extra bucks and get the Bitmain one. You know what I mean? That's what I would do. That's what I think a lot of people are doing.
I mean, think about it. Would have cost millions of dollars, Mike. If you put this in perspective, it would cost millions of dollars just in R&D to put a board together for it to work. Yeah. It's not like something that could just happen overnight. It's not like they could just, you know what, someone's so fucking smart over there in China that could just make a board just out of their thought, a thought process.
Exactly.
You need engineering. You need engineering. You need money.
Yeah.
And, it's not too far fetched. $1 million is nothing for an R&D board. I'll tell you that right now, especially to understand how it works and how nobody knows really how these hash boards work. They just know that these MOSFETs are in series and one breaks and basically they all don't work and it all sucks or whatever, right? But it's just like I mean, tinfoil hat. There's no freaking possible way that some company came out of the blue that was.
What do you mean, Ice River? Come on, world-renowned Ice River making these metal boxes. Come on, Dave. But no, I mean it's 100%. Like if I had to put money on, I would 100% say Bitmain had it was Bitmain.
Has to unless I mean, this got to be like you have like Troy that's like over there. Like what does he know that no one else knows? I mean, come on, you're telling me he's there, dude. You telling me he wouldn't like investigate? He resells all this stuff.
Yeah. But Hawk Crypto Frank, I debunked that theory. They're not owned by Bitmain. Okay, Hawk flew over to Shenzhen and talked to Chi. He's it is not owned by Bitmain.
So he knows it. Okay. You heard it first, guys.
Yeah, Crypto Craig. Maybe it's Bitmain's side chick. Yeah, I mean, Dave, you made a good point, right? I didn't point that out, but the money that goes into creating something like this,
right?
The time, the engineering, the resources. Like,
what if you had it all figured out? Just think about it this way. What if you had everything all figured out? You knew exactly what the fuck to do, and that's not even possible, right? How much that would cost?
Yeah.
You don't.
Yeah.
So put that in perspective.
I think it was like a test run, right? Like, here's the shitty silicon. We're going to throw it in here. It's going to get really hot, but it's winter over here, so it'll be okay. And then we'll unload the shit, and then we'll make the Bitmain. Well, I'm not saying Bitmain would do that, but they have done it with a lot. You know what I mean? So
you're like, this makes sense. Big heat sink. What? Oh, the MOSFETs. Oh shit! Wait, we have to. How do we cool these MOSFETs down? We'll just put a little bit of thermal paste. Not too much.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Just clamp it all together, with some thermal pads and thermal paste, and be like, call it good, and we just have a big heat sink.
Yeah,
perfect.
Yeah, it's nice. Mining Kiing, I need a money printer. Any good recommendations?
We all need a money printer.
I mean, I am a fan of 4090s, King.
Are you? I didn't know that.
Yeah. But I don't know. I know King just released a video, I think today or yesterday or something, but he sold some of his crypto and put it in equipment into Bitcoin miners. Really good prices. I don't think you'll be able to get prices on Bitcoin miners like he did. You know what I mean? I think they've kind of like bottomed out. So I think that's pretty good. I mean, Bitcoin miners is just passive income, right? Like if I got into ASICs, it would 100% be Bitcoin miners, unless like an L7 or something was priced very well.
You're missing out on the
that.
KS Euros. I love mine.
Brad Pitt. It was margin. Well, I'm sorry, bro. It's hard. I get it. You know what I mean? But it could always be worse, right? You know what I mean? People sometimes bankrupt themselves doing this. So all you can do is kind of learn from it, right? And I don't know. Like I said, I have a background in finance, right? Like my undergrad was finance. I was heavy into like investment analysis and everything like that. And I spent a lot of time going through all this stuff. And I don't try to time the market anymore. You know what I mean? You get lucky sometimes, you don't get lucky sometimes. But while you're getting lucky and unlucky, the S&P just keeps going up. So it's like, even hedge funds, right? Like just most brilliant finance people out there that are making billions of dollars. They're making the money off of your money. They're not making the money off timing the market better than what the S&P is. So, but let's see. Crypto Frank, chump change for Bitmain. Maybe they found a way to make them cheaper and wanted to see if it worked. Yeah, I agree 100%, Frank. It's like a test run, right? Because it's like if it went bad, it would look bad on Bitmain and all their other products. And they probably got together and they're like, look, we don't want this Caspa thing to affect us really. We got a good thing going on with our China boxes. You know what I mean? Like people are buying our S19Ks. So we don't want to put this in. So they're like, you know what, let's make it look a little bit different and, put it in a different box and ship it out. But yeah, I mean, like Dave, like you said, man, like the amount of time and money and R&D and logistics and shipping and like all this stuff is for a company just to come out of nowhere and make literally application specific integrated circuitry for machines. I mean, like that's crazy. You know what I mean? They're not just like, yeah, we're gonna give it a shot with this,
right?
You know what I mean? Bitmain has been making these Bitcoin miners forever, since like the beginning, right?
They were never cheap though, Mike. In the beginning, they were like, why would you spend this amount of money on someone that you don't even know, no track record, nothing?
I know, man. It's crazy.
Think about it.
Yeah,
it's just like, and then people took a chance, and the ones that took a chance that the units that didn't take a crap on them or whatever got a little bit of a reward.
Yeah. Mr. Oval Board Tech, who simps 4090s harder, Mike or Max? How do I put a poll in here? Because I simp pretty hard on this Oval Board Tech.
I think you do, Mike. I think you won on that one, honestly.
All right, let's see. Max. This thing. There we go. All right, guys. See what the chat thinks on this. But let's see. Here's Mike again. GPURisers, you're like 10 minutes behind chat. Jesus, I know, Mike. I just like I gotta zone in, Mike. I gotta get in here. I gotta catch up. I'll get it though. Mining Kiing, when is Terra ASICs? Terra hashes, yes, yeah. That we'll just do what Ice River did, right? We'll just take a look at a coin and be like, you know what, we should make a full custom product on this. You know what I mean? Just within a couple months. No problem. A couple months. Yeah. Well, good. Yeah. We'll ship it worldwide, and half of them will fail, but whatever. It's it's easy, right? Ice River did it, without Bitmain. So
who is Ice River? Right?
Yeah. ESXU6DT 4090 is a beast for Alpha. Yeah, 4090 overall is just like I said, guys, vote. I sent pretty hard on this stuff too. But let's see. We got to make a Hawk AI plugin that streamers can install on Stream Elements just to razzes the streamer into doing better. Yeah. Just one that like listens to the audio. Like, yeah, you got to turn it down, man. You got to turn that down. You got to turn this down. You got to turn your Christmas tree lights brighter. You got to add a light behind you. You got to buy a $4,000 camera. You got to zoom in. You got to get the depth of field. Yeah, that would be funny. I like a plugin that just like tells you everything to do.
You gotta
building a dev fee into it. Yeah, that would be kind of. Hey, man, the developers make a lot of money on this stuff. Those Claymore guys that I'm not going to say things with NiceHash, but the ones that disappeared right after they had to tell NiceHash who they were, they probably made a lot of money. Tinfoil hat there again, there, Dave.
Boy,
but,
crypto.
Yeah, this is the poll I'm here for. Yeah, let's see where we're at. Max has me beat on this poll.
Really?
Wow. Yeah.
Oh shit.
All right, I'll end it here. Well, no, we got a little bit. I mean, Max has me beat on this. I can already tell. It's like it's a landslide victory.
Really? Oh wow.
Yeah.
I voted for you.
Let's see, Retro Mike. Do they both buy on credit? Who gets better cashback rewards? I mean, you got to get the cashback rewards, right, Retro Mike? I mean, it's just the
only way to buy it.
Yeah, exactly. So, let's see here. At least Vistang's honest on it, Max. I would have to just look at Best Buy and found this. Yeah, it's here we go. We can end the poll. Let's see. Considering how depressed I am right now that I missed out, I know the real answer to that question. No joke. So pissed right now. All right, so Max was at 60%, Vistang at 3090.
That's funny.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to pass up on a 1599 4090. That's the thing, is I always tell myself I'm done, right? Like I'm done, but then I see a 1599 4090. I'm like, I'll be done next week. Ooh, look at these
on the bandwagon. I still haven't gotten one.
Yeah,
I don't know if I'll ever get one. They're expensive
Mike,
as hell.
did your mic tell you that joke? Yeah, it did. I had it written over here. I have a list of, here's my book of jokes. I'm gonna start doing stand up at the Improv at West Palm. Let's see here. Look at these cells now. See, it goes up and down. You know, Dave. It's no way for me to keep up with Discord during the workday. Yeah, I know. It's like you get pings and all this kind of stuff. And the 4090s are my favorite, right? Like even if they were the same price as like some of these other, models, even if they were like $1,800, like I would get that one first, right? Like of course they look cool, but it's yeah. Claymore made bank on SIA, that's for sure. Yeah. Oh yeah, that was the Retro Mike. That was with the dual mining, right? When they implemented the dual mining. It's I thought that was so cool with the dual mining stuff. I'm like, wait, you can mine 2 coins with this? But I still have like PTSD from the Claymore days with the Ethos, and that was before Hive, and it was just like constant thing. Mining Kiing. Vistang has so many 4090s he could buy a Tesla with them, I guess. Yeah. Waiting for that Cybertruck. That's probably what I would sell it for. I saw one on the road the other day, and like, regardless of people's, I know you either love it or you hate it, right? The thing looked like Iron Man was flying towards me. Like I was with my fiance, we were down near the beach. We were heading over the bridge and we saw it coming. I was like, that's a Cybertruck. And she like popped a U-turn and we went back and we got next to it. And that thing is cool. That thing is really, really cool. It's nice. And it also comes with like a tonneau cover on the side. And I'm saying that because I just installed a tonneau cover on my truck. I've had my truck for like 5 years, never installed a tonneau thing on it. It was such a pain to put that thing on. The Cybertruck comes with
you, Mike?
Huh?
Remember we had that conversation before you put it on?
Yeah, that was like, brutal, man.
I was like, dude, I did a video. It's on my channel, actually, when I had my 2019 Ram.
Yeah.
And, I knew that guy used to work for me, where in the audio industry, he used to work for me. And he worked for that company, and I knew the owner of the company. And I didn't even know it because I just went in just to get a tonneau cover for my Ram 1500, right? At the time when I had the truck. And I think Backflip was the name of the company or something like that. It's such a pain in the ass because if you don't get it, like, it has to be like completely like pushed forward, and then just the U brackets, and it needs to be really, really tight. And then the way it was situated in the back of the Ram, you needed to lock the tonneau cover first and then close the back trunk.
Oh, okay, huh? That's weird.
So like it needed to close first, and then you would close it into it. Because if you just try to just drop it over, it wouldn't like seat correctly or something like that. It was just there was a, I don't know, crazy way of like you had to do it a certain way. But I loved it. It was like by Backflip, I think. Backflip was the type of the company. I forgot.
No.
But how was it though? So you got it. It works. Good to go.
Yeah, I installed the whole thing, and then I was so proud of it, dude. I got everything out. It was hot as hell outside. It was the hottest day since last summer or something. I don't know. And I closed the tailgate, and it's like 2 inches short. I was about to just set the truck on fire. I was like so furious. So then I have to go back in.
Oh, you
and I
had
have
to reset it.
Everything.
Yeah, all those
it
years.
again.
Yeah.
But it was like one of those things where it's like, I'm just going to do this perfect the first time, right? And then I'm never going to have to deal with this again, because that was a pain. That was a pain.
You have to adjust it. Yeah. But it's all done. Looks nice.
Yeah. It looks good.
Good to go.
I like it.
Good to go.
Yeah. Mr. Geek of all trades, what's up, man? Hope you're having a good night. Retro Mike, GPURisers, you can have my Cybertruck reservation if you want it. They keep pinging me to complete the purchase. I appreciate that, Retro Mike, and I will take you up on that offer if they don't force the 20K Foundation Series thing. That's the only thing that's bothering me about it. So I might message you about that later, Retro Mike, because I know that they like force this. It's like 20 grand on top of it, which is a ton of money.
For what?
It's called like the Foundation Series. And it comes with like a light on the top. It comes with graphics. But the big thing is it makes you buy the full self-driving, which is like 3/4 of that or something. So it makes it super expensive. It's like crazy. You know, I want the mid-range one, which even then, like, you know, my truck is fine, right? Like I'd rather drive my truck until it just explodes. But the Cybertruck is really, really cool. But I just I don't know, you know, that add-on is a little crazy. So
that's what they're doing right now still? Like,
yeah.
Everybody's paying 20 over for this added
feature,
no matter what.
It comes with like I said, the graphics, a light bar. It comes with stuff. It's in my opinion, it's kind of like, hey, if you want this first in line, then this is what you have to do. You know what I mean? They're just recouping a lot of money that way. So I'm probably gonna just wait. You know what I mean? Like I said, I have a reservation for it, but I don't know, Retro Mike. That's tempting. So tempting. Let's see. Coinology. Vistang. What's your plan with all those 4090 rigs? Really incredible to see the pictures on Twitter. Coinology. Some of the pictures on Twitter are Terra's. At Terra, we have our Terra. You can see my shirt here. This says Terra Industry. We have, and the logo's different and stuff. We have different divisions in Terra. So a lot of the big boy rigs that you see are probably Terra's, right? I have a 4-card 4090 rig, but I just built that. Terra has like multi-card 4090s, and we're still building them out. I posted some pictures on Twitter a while back. We had a 10-card one. That's like the big boy. So, but Terra's plan is to continue growth. You know what I mean? Like it's, until supply can kind of meet demand, and then it's always an equilibrium point, right? Like you don't want to build a lot of these things and not be able to rent them out. So it's like, kind of got to figure it out, right? My personal farm, I have about 20 4090s altogether. And I have one more back there. I think I'm just going to do a single card one with that or something. I haven't decided yet, but I'm going to keep growing my side. I kind of am like leveled off right now. I don't have any room for them really. That's the thing. And at Terra, I have one, but it's more of like an experimental rig. Before we deploy, Terra stuff, I'm kind of like, does this work? Does that work? Kind of just messing around with it. But obviously I can't take up, a whole bunch of space at Terra. So I just have one there. And like I said, it's an experimental one. But I don't know. I don't know. I do kind of price out, how much is this going to cost me to build out some of my garage? You know what I mean? Like add a couple 30 amps here or there, and up the AC and all that kind of stuff. So we'll see. I am really into it though. And the demand for AI and compute is just, not just AI, right? It's a lot of it's like machine learning and stuff, but the demand for this stuff it's about to, in my opinion, just skyrocket. You know what I mean? That's why I'm really, a Flux fanboy with this. I think it'll be able to fill that demand because a lot of miners will be able to participate and everything like that. So we can go on a rant about that later, Dave. But
4090s for the win, huh?
yeah.
I might get one.
Homebrew.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Not sure.
How shocked Tesla owners are that they have to pay for self-driving after it was promised to be free, then they pay it because they bragged to all their friends that they had self-driving. Yeah, it's I feel like a lot of the self-driving stuff too is regulation, right? Like there's probably a lot of regulation going on with it. But I personally wouldn't buy it. But you know, I know a couple people with Teslas, and Crypto Frank actually, you know, was talking to me about it, and kind of made a good point that it's not really worth it, right, compared to what autopilot is and everything like that. So, and Crypto Frank, Cybertruck for life, yeah. Crypto Frank did send me was it Instagram reel or a Facebook one or something, but it was at this wrap shop of a Cybertruck, and it was like, it was sick. Like they did the two-tone color, right? So like, you know, like Range Rovers will have it, or like, you know, a lot of cars are actually doing it, but it's like you know, the body, like under the windows are all one color, and then the pillars going up in the roof are a different one. It was a Cybertruck and had like, it looked like GPURisers orange. Like it was beautiful. And then the top was black. It was like two-tone, and it was just sick. So cool. But
Frank, send that to me. I want to see it.
yeah, I'll send it. I'll send it over. It's
you have
nice.
it, Mike? Send it to me.
Yeah.
I don't know if you still have it.
But
sounds cool.
yeah, those 4090 turbos are loose. Yeah, I don't know. Those Chinese 4090s, something about them. Something about them. Coinology, that's awesome. We need 4090 videos. Yeah, I'll make some more videos on it and stuff like that. But some fun stuff. It's always fun. It reminds me a lot of crypto mining, right? It's like it's very, very similar. You know, that's why there's a big crossover. I think that's, again, flux. I think it's going to be big. They're going to be the ones that are bridging that gap. But
yeah,
Mr. Hawk Crypto got his 4090 today. The Asus Tough. Yes. The yeah, I was telling Mike about that. I ordered a couple of these, and they were like the 3090 shrouds on them. It was super weird, and they were from China, and I was like, nah, I'm gonna return this one. So Joker Miner, 75K for your 4090s. I don't know. It's I want to say yes, but I have an emotional attachment to them still. So, but yeah, I mean, I do have a couple. I'll probably, I don't know. Eventually, I'll probably consolidate down like into multi-card rigs, but then I do have some, you know, AI stuff. I have, you know, right now I have an empty case with you know, the Epic in there and everything, like the high-end Epic, 1/4 terabyte of RAM and stuff like that. So I'll let you guys know, like on a stream or something, but I might sell one of them or something. I'll give you guys a good price on it, of course, and if that's something you guys are interested in. Crypto Craig, GPURisers, anyone heard where Flux is with previews for work? I thought it was supposed to be out. I don't know if I can say anything, honestly. I don't know. I don't want to get in trouble. Yeah, I think things are coming. You know what I mean? It's should hear.
Well,
some
in
stuff.
February still, right?
Yeah,
I think something was mentioned last time that we were live. It was next month or something, right?
Yeah,
something like that. I think.
Yeah, they have something at the end of this month and something at the end of next month. That's what I think that they said. But
next month was something that stuck with me for some reason. I think yeah. But yeah, time will tell. But I mean, obviously they're getting close, right? So
yeah, they are. It's
yeah,
it's you know, Ovalboard Tech. He's still like 5 minutes behind the chat. It says I'm up to date. Maybe my StreamYard is behind or something. But yeah, no, I know that they're doing a lot behind the scenes, right? Like there's a ton that Flux is doing behind the scenes, and I still think it's very much alpha. You know what I mean? But you know, I know I talked about it in past streams. Like, you know, Flux, they had like this big vision for proof of use for work. They still do, and I believe in it. But I think for them to get to that point of what they really wanted to do, they had to like ground zero, right? You know what I mean? Like they had to just build the foundation because they needed Flux Core, they needed this new wallet, the SSP wallet, they needed all these things to kind of come together before that they could build the house. You know what I mean? And so with all of that stuff comes just more projects, more overhead, more time, more R&D. But I like that when I see that in a company, right? You know, when they, you know, kind of sit back and they look and they're like, look, we want to build this, but, you know, we have to do it the right way. And that's what I see Flux doing. So
right, and shit's not coming out. Like, let's be honest, right? Shit's not coming out that basically nothing's working. People are frustrated. People are now. It's not gonna. We all know that, you know, there's gonna be some quirks that they have to, you know, solve. Right? There's gonna be issues, but like, you know, damn well they want it out just as bad as we want it.
Yeah.
You know, but they're doing their hard work to make this, you know, available for us.
Yeah.
So everyone's happy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. See, yeah, they're not like, it's not a question of will it work, right? Because I know a lot of people are like, it'll never work. It'll never work. It's like proof of use work is just training language models and running language models and all this kind of stuff. Right. It's a lot like the AI rentals. It's not a question of is it going to work. Is it a new marketplace that will get adoption from, you know, by beating prices and by the crypto mining community. That because you have to have your baseline compute, and that's what I think Flux is kind of betting on with the crypto miners is like this is our baseline compute because then the demand is there. You know what I mean? You can go on Vast and look at everything rented. You know, these AI marketplaces, like these things are rented, and so the demand is there. Flux will be able to build a marketplace because marketplaces have been built. They're just doing it in a nice procedural way, and that takes a long time because, you know, a lot of people in business, you know like, you know, if they jump the gun and they release something that doesn't work, it's going to be problematic, right? And, you know, of course you want everything to be perfect, but it's not going to be. But like I said, Flux has been spending a lot of time building the foundation, and I'm excited to see where it goes because I know once they flip that switch and it works, there is demand. Like people will be renting GPUs on there. They will be able to rent GPUs for cheaper than all the other AI marketplaces right now, and you're going to be able to transact in Flux, and I think it's going to be a really big thing, especially being like I've been heavily onto the AI side recently, getting the compute side up with Terra, working with Kiing on this and everything, and I know the demand, and it's going to go up more and more, and I'm excited to see Flux bridge that gap. But yeah, no, we should hear more stuff. Long story short, you know what we should do, Dave? We should have Jeff Key on here, you know, sometime in mid-March. And probe them a little bit.
Well, yeah. I mean, next Wired Wednesdays is going to be in March.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that. Jeez.
Yeah, next Wired Wednesday is going to be March, so maybe we'll have something in March. Like I remember hearing the end of March or something. So we had him on before. We'll have him on always, you know. So yeah.
Yeah, we'll do that. But
we'll make that happen, obviously.
Yeah, we'll get them. So
yep.
But all right, guys. Well, I think we're gonna wrap out. Wrap out. Yeah, me and Dave are gonna start rapping on our. I think we're gonna wrap up. But I think that is an exciting week, guys. It's a fun week. It's gonna be fun seeing where all this goes. We'll probably see a little bit of consolidation, a little bit of slowing, or not, or maybe this candle is just gonna keep shooting up green. Let's hope it does. So. It's a wrap out,
wrap out.
Yeah, that's what we'll do. Is me and Dave will film like a music video, and we'll just play it every time we end the live stream. Next time me and Dave are together, we'll get Mike has the cameras and stuff, so Mike can film it, and we'll have a nice little video of me and Dave
wrap out.
Yo. but all right, guys. Well, thanks, Dave, for being on. I know you're sick and stuff, and you're kind of dragging a little bit, and it's hard, but.
I apologize. Then, like the microphone and all this stupid GoXLR it's not working. And obviously, right before we're supposed to start, always you were like, "Your mic's muted." I'm like, "I don't have my fucking mic muted." Like, well, it's muted here, Dave. I'm like, "Well, great." But
I'm glad you're feeling better, Dave.
I'm a lot better. I still have like a little bit of a dry cough thing, but you know, pushing through it. Everyone's orders are on time now. We're good to go. I was able to take that down from the website. So I'll see you guys on my channel next week. and because I still wasn't feeling, up to like hosting today, because I use 2 programs. Mike uses 1 program, and thank God, because I would have been just a complete mess if I had to figure this out. But yeah, see you guys on my channel. We'll Mike and I will be on my channel next week, and hopefully we got some exciting stuff that's going on.
Yeah. All right, guys, we'll take it easy. Have a good Wednesday. Have a good weekend. And we'll see you guys next Wednesday, and we'll try to get a special guest next Wednesday. So we'll keep it interesting. But we'll take bets on where Bitcoin's going to be next week, because it's going to be a volatile week, I think. So stay tuned, guys.
All right, guys.
Have a great Wednesday. We'll see you next Wednesday.
Appreciate you guys. Be safe.
All right. Bye.
Later.